Chat Hub is n8n's new feature that lets us chat with many different models all in the same place. This new feature also allows us to chat to our agents as well as trigger our workflows. So in today's video, I want to be telling you guys about what this new feature is and how you can start using it. So here we are on the overview page of n8n when you first log in. And if you want to know how to get to this chat, you just go to the left side of the screen here and you have this chat beta icon here, which you can click on and it'll bring you into your chat. And if you're not seeing that chat button at the side of the screen, the chances are your n8n isn't updated to the latest version, which I believe is version beta 2.1.1. So the first thing we can see here is that we have a similar interface to those of ChatGPT or Claude, where we have our history at the side here of our past chats, and then we have our big prompt box in the middle where we can ask questions here. And as you guys can see here, at the moment we have selected GPT 4.1 mini. So if we were just to say, tell me a joke, you can see here that it's used the model GPT 4.1 mini to give back our output. And the way I was able to access this chat model is that at the top of the screen here, you can see our models. And if you just click on that, we have a long list of models here, and we have OpenAI where we can configure our credentials here. And if you have your credentials already set up, then you won't have to do this. And what's cool about this is that if I was to go to the top again to where our models are, and if I was to change the model to GPT, let's just say 5 mini, and I was to say, tell me another one. Now we've received another joke, but this time with a different model, which is GPT 5 mini instead of 4 mini. And we're also able to use the open router model, which basically means we have access to all these different models here, which is also very good. So this time I've switched to Gemini 2.5 Pro, and I'm going to say, what jokes have you told me? So as you guys can see, Gemini was able to tell us both the jokes that the previous models told us, which means that no matter what model you choose, the latest model that you're currently talking to will always have access to the conversation history in the current thread. So you can see over here even that it's created this thread here called telling jokes, which basically means that all the conversations will be stored in this current thread. You also have access to these 4 different buttons down here. The first one is to copy the text. Second one is to read aloud. Third is to edit. You can just edit the output here. And you can also regenerate if you want a new response. So in the text box here at the bottom of the screen, we have this tools button here, which allows us to give our models different tools. And at the moment, we only have access to SERP API and Jina AI. And both of them basically just improve your model's ability to search the web. So I'm just going to demonstrate how you can use these tools. And for the example of the video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use Jina AI. So if you just go over to the Jina AI website, which looks like this here, you firstly just want to go to the top here and either log in or create an account. And once you're logged in, you'll have access to your key here as default, which they give you, as well as 10 million tokens to play around with. And if you want to create another key, it's simple. You just want to click this button here, and you can create a key. And now if we want to set up our credentials with Jina AI, we're just going to copy this API key that I gave us. We'll head back into n8n, and we'll just create a new credential with Jina. And just as usual, we'll just paste in our API key. And now if I wanted to give my model a tool, I can just click this tools button here. I can select my credentials, which we just set up with Jina AI, and I can just tick on web search. And now that we have our tool selected, if I was just to say, what is Arsenal's current record in the Premier League? Our model was then able to search the web using our tool and send us the information back, which is right here. You're also able to use this tool to summarize links and URLs, as I just sent this Google Gemini 3 URL here from the release blog, and I got back this summary here. All you need to do is just go back to your tools and just make sure you have this access web ticked here. Another thing I wanted to talk about was this personal agents section here, which allows us to create custom agents that we can chat with, and we can also link them to our workflows. You can also create agents without workflows, which are basically like GPTs. Because if I was just to select this new agent button here, and I was just to give my agent a name, a prompt, and then just select the model, you're pretty much creating a custom GPT. But you're also able to create and integrate your workflows inside of these agents that you build. And if we just head over to the left side of our screen here, we have the option to select workflow agents, where we can see all of our agents that we've linked to our workflows. And you can see here that I've created this ultimate lead gen agent, and if we click inside of it and go here to the open workflow, we can see that it's actually linked to a workflow that I've created here. And so this workflow is an AI agent workflow that includes a stored PDF using the vector store, which is a PDF containing the ultimate lead generation guide. And what will happen is that it will use a chat trigger. You can send a message and it will send you back an email that you can send to clients or customers. And because we link this workflow to the agent on Chat Hub, this is actually giving us its own interface using the same workflow, meaning that we still have access to the workflow right here. So you might be thinking now, how can you actually link your workflows to these chats? Because what you might have noticed, and what I noticed when I first started using this tool, is that when I went to the workflow agent section, before I created my agent, this section here was empty, and for you it might be empty here, and you won't be able to see your agents. And so what you'll need to do is you'll need to go and create a new workflow, and you'll need to have a workflow that's triggered by a chat trigger. So I'm just going to go ahead and add an AI agent. And when I add the AI agent, by default I get this chat trigger here. I'm also just real quick just going to add open router chat model and just leave it on GPT 4.1 menu for now. And I'm now just going to go ahead and open this agent here. I'm going to add an option here for a system message, and I'm going to say you are very unhelpful and rude. And I'm just going to go ahead and save this now. But if we go to the workflow agents again, what you've noticed is that our agent actually hasn't popped up yet. And in order for us to have our agent pop up in this workflow agent section here, we need to go back to our agent, open up our chat trigger here, and turn on where it says make available n8n chat. And we'll also have our agent name here and agent description that we can also add. But if we just go ahead and click save here, and we go back to our workflow agents, even if we hit refresh, we're still unable to see our agent. And all we need to do in order to get our agent to pop up here is just go back to here, and we just need to click this publish button and just click publish. And now that our agent's published, as you can see here, if we just go back to our workflow agents and we refresh the page, we should see our new agent pop up. And yeah, we can see it right here, test. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give our agent a quick test. So we're just going to first say here, I need some help. And you can see here by the response it says, well, isn't that a shocker? What kind of help are you fumbling around for this time? Spill it. So you could tell here that it's definitely working because it's given quite a rude and sarcastic response. And if we want to just check for the executions, we can go back to our workflow, go to executions, and we can see here that the latest test succeeded, which means that it was able to access our workflow and use it correctly, as you can see here. So that's all I really wanted to cover today, guys, and I hope you gain more of an understanding of how you can use this new chat hub feature in n8n. And I think it's going to be very useful for AI builders in the future. And if you guys haven't already stumbled across my community, it's called the Grand Artificial Auto Club on school.com. It's my free school community, and I think it's definitely worth joining. You'll have access to all my content here, as well as like-minded individuals always coming in to learn AI. And yeah, I think it's definitely worth it, also for the cost of nothing. And the link to join will be in the description of the video, so feel free to check it out. Also, if this video is beneficial to you guys, feel free to like it so that you can push the video out to more people who want to learn more about n8n and AI automation. So that's all for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.